Okay, I'm back. Here's what's going on now. I should have hit the pause button instead of record button. But I didn't know that. So I guess I'm going to start over. So here's what's up, because I don't know how to combine videos yet. I'm not quite there yet. So what I'm saying is this. Here's what I'm going to say. What I said before in the other video, which I'm not going to post because I don't know how to combine videos, is in 2 weeks from Tuesday, on the 28th of February, I get my reversal done, or takedown surgery, where they push my ostomy into my body, sew it back up, sew my skin up, and I'm done. I'll be on a liquid diet for the day of the surgery, and then I'll be in the hospital probably 3 total days, and then I'll be home, and I'll be out of work for 6 weeks. Can't lift more than 5 pounds. I've watched a lot of videos of people who've had this done, and there's a wide spectrum of fantastic results and horrible results. I'd like to be on this side, obviously, of the fantastic part, not the horrible part, because if I'm on this horrible part, it could be a difficult situation for my work, because of what I do. As a vacation fill-in guy for the process control operators, it's a job where I sit in a chair and I have about 20 computers in front of me that I control the entire plant. I run the plant. It's a lot of button pushing, mouse moving, calling on the radio. It's a lot. And it's a situation where I can't just get up and take a break. I'm in there by myself. Of course, there's bosses that are in and out all day long, but I'm in there by myself, doing it by myself. And I can't just leave and go in the bathroom for 20 minutes. And my bathroom breaks have to be, 5 to 10 minutes tops, because it could affect my job. So I'm a little worried about that part of it. I can't say I'm not. It's a little stressful because I can't say I'd lose my job. I would just probably get disqualified and go just be a regular laborer, which is what I do when I'm not filling in for vacations in this job. I'm a senior laborer, so I get decent jobs doing that, and I can handle that no problem, and I get paid well for that. But I'm a little worried about that whole spectrum of the good to the bad, and I hope I'm somewhere in the middle to the upper good part of fantastic recovery. I mean, there is concerns of pouchitis, which is when it's an inflammation of the pouch they create, and you have to go on antibiotics for that. And when you do have that, in most cases, you're going to the bathroom 10 to 30 times a day. And I can't do that with that job when I'm filling in. It's not possible. I mean, there are videos I've watched of people who have gotten, notes from their doctor to allow them to have those bathroom breaks. But my job's a little different. Yes, we're union. It's a different situation. I can't just drop something and go when I'm in that room filling in. And I can't be out of that room 30 times in a shift, 20 times in a shift, 10 times in a shift. I eat my lunch in that room. I don't have that lunch break like everybody else does. I eat lunch at where I'm sitting when I get a chance. Bid off that job, it's the best paying job in the plant. So any job I bid off that job to is a pay cut, which I can handle. But I can only bid off a job if a job's available to bid on. But since I only got this job 2 years ago, I have to be in this job for 4 total years before I can bid off. So I'm kind of in a pickle, kind of in a rock and a hard place. I'm just praying to God that my experience in my recovery is successful and it is positive. And there's, you're going to have, I get there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be negatives. I understand that. I just pray that I can deal with them in a good way, and I keep a positive attitude and just hope for the best. There's all kinds of things, it's, the doctor recommends you buy a bidet. If you don't know what a bidet is when you buy a toilet seat with a contraption hooked onto it that actually warms water and actually cleans your bottom from underneath with water, because when you don't have a large intestine, what comes out of that pouch is very acidic. And depending on what you eat, it's more so than normal acidic, and you can't just, lack of a better term, wipe your butt, because you'll just push it into your skin, and that acid will actually break open your skin and it will burn. So they recommend you wash your area first. Not to be disgusting, but it's my life from here on out. And I have to deal with it and cope with it. So, you know, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can buy, a little water squirt, like ketchup squirt bottle, put warm water in it. Place it in the bathrooms that you don't have a bidet in when you buy one. I haven't gotten one yet. I'm still hee-hawing around about that, but there's other things you can do to help it. There's like a barrier cream. There's Desitin. Even the smallest things, because it's very acidic. You can burn through a penny with the acid in your stomach. People don't understand that. Because I know when it gets under when I first had my bag put on, when the adhesion wasn't right, the waste would go underneath the adhesion onto my skin, and it would burn when it came out. I mean, burn. And then when I would change my bag, I was all inflamed and red all around it. I mean, it was, and you have stuff you can put on there, but it's rough. The burning is very, very harsh. So, there's two guys at work who actually have it done, and their experiences are pretty good. I'm just hoping I'm on that realm of that. One guy just had to stay away from spicy stuff, and then he's just fine. He can wait 8 hours before he goes to the bathroom, depending on what he eats. So that's the goal I'm looking for. So I just got to stick to a meat and potatoes kind of diet. Nothing spicy. Stay away from like roughage, salads. I can't eat. I'm not allowed to eat raw vegetables. I don't know why what that does to your body. I haven't really researched that too much. But things that might give you blockages. Like uncooked mushrooms that could expand. But there's ways to slow things down. Imodium, Metamucil, a banana, marshmallows, applesauce, peanut butter, things of that nature. Slow it down so you can absorb your nutrients, because your small intestines are there for nutrient absorption, water absorption, and salt absorption. Your large intestines, which I no longer have, pull the rest of the water out of your waste and all the rest of the salt that it needs. So I'm told I have to salt my food a little bit more than I usually would, which is okay with me. I love salt. And drink a lot more water and liquid and Gatorade, electrolytes, and that such. So 2 liters a day is what they recommend. I haven't had a problem with dehydration yet, but once you get this surgery done and things, you could have side effects of, the one girl had like night sweats where she was in the hospital for 3 days because she was dehydrated so bad from, she'd wake up and she'd be soaked from sweat. I don't know why that was, and if that's normal or common. I hope not. So, you have to take your precautions and do your thing. I mean, I have a list of stuff I wrote down right here from her video. I mean, places you can look, jpouch.org. There's this cream, it's called Calmoseptine. Psyllium husk would be something you would ingest to slow your system down. And bentonite clay, which is kind of gross sounding because it actually is. It coats your body when you need to retain stuff. Salt and vinegar chips. I didn't know that. Coconut water. There's a special vitamin called Forvia, made by Forvia. It's vitamins for actual people who have this condition. Heat packs on your stomach. Peppermint tea, she recommends. Stay away from dairy. Keep a food diary. Don't eat before I go to work. Eat when I get to work. Banana and a scoop of peanut butter or something. And then usually she said she didn't went to the bathroom until after lunch. So it all depends what you eat. I got to keep a food diary, and I got to be disciplined about that. And it's going to be tough for me because I'm not a very disciplined, regimented guy like that. If I'm hungry, I eat something. So I really have to see what bothers me and keep a close eye on it and keep track of all this stuff. So, I mean, I do appreciate everyone's concerns. that I've seen, outside of, all my friends, and acquaintances who are asking how I'm doing and how I'm coping, and tell me they prayed for me, and they're praying for me, and they're thinking about me, and I appreciate all that stuff very much. I really do. So it is nice to have support from friends. So the reason why I'm home alone right now, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. My son's down at a Berks Warriors evaluation / tryout in Exeter for basketball for a tournament team thing during the spring. It's all weekends, so he can still play baseball. And then this is a weekend tournament thing. And then there's next weekend's the Red Storm tryout that he wants to try both to see which one he prefers. So I'm leaning toward the Red Storm myself because it's closer, it's body zone, and I'll have an opportunity to coach, which is even more fantastic. At least assistant coach, which is great. And they're a little more lenient with tournaments. Sometimes they go every weekend. Sometimes they go every other weekend. Sometimes they're 2 weekends in a row or 2 weekends off. 7 to 8 tournaments a year. A season, or however many you and your parents of that team want to do. So that's where we stand with that. So anyway, I think that's all. I know it's been a while since I made a video, and I apologize if you were looking for something from me. But today's a really important day for my 6th grade basketball tryout team, basketball travel team. We have a game at 5:30 against Hamburg. They're undefeated. We only lost with them by 9 points in the OLE tournament and 17 points, a little bit bigger, at their place. But they're coming to our house. We're playing at the high school today at 5:30. I'm extremely excited because I think we're ready to knock them off. I think we have the talent. I think we have the defensive, grit to do all this. I want the boys just to perform like I know they can. And if we have a big game, it's going to be exciting. I'm gonna flip my lid. As long as they play tough, I think we have a chance to win this game. And it'll give a message out to Hamburg and Twin Valley that says, you ain't the only ones that are on top of on the hill. We're here too. So that's where we stand there with that. And then next weekend we have our Brandywine tournament, which is obviously on Brandywine. We play Friday night, we play Saturday 2 games, and the championship games are on Sunday. So I don't know how deep we're going to get in this playoffs. It's going to be a little harder road than it was my last year's team because we have Fleetwood and we have a Van Reed team in our pool, and both of them are a division up from us. Brandywine's a division down from us, and we play them first. In Pool A, it's Muhlenberg is in that division, and they're a Division 1 team. We're a Division 3 team, so it's probably going to be Muhlenberg, Ole in the first pool, and hopefully us and Fleetwood maybe. I don't know, but we just got to see where it falls and see how we play. If we play our game up to our ability, we will come out pretty good. So it's not going to be easy, but nothing achieved that's excellent is easy. You have to work for it. So that's all I got. Excited for Disney. A week from Monday we'll be in Disney. That'll be my treat before I go under surgery the 28th. So I have 5 more days of work, and then a half a day on the 27th. Then I have a doctor's appointment at 1:45 on the 27th to go over my surgery, and then it's a liquid diet all day. And I'm probably 6 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday I'll probably report. And then 6 weeks I'll be off, and I'm hoping it's a good 6 weeks off, not a painful, struggling 6 weeks off like the first one was. That one was rough. The first 4 weeks was rough. It was only the last 2 weeks before I went back to work it was getting better. And it was the first 2 weeks at work were tough. They were tough. Dealing with my bag and my scar was so rough. It was just rubbing against me because jeans have no give. And I've been wearing sweats for the last 6 weeks before I went back to work, and there's no resistance there. It was nice and smooth. But now that I don't have a bandage on my scarred it's all scarred up now. It looks good. You know, it's a little caved in. It's still caved. Hopefully it moves up a little bit. It's not as pronounced as a scar. But I'm just glad it's closed. I don't gotta wear a gauze anymore, which was putting more pressure on with a pair of jeans. So that's where we stand. I don't want to keep this too much of a long video. It's already 15 minutes. It's longer than normal for me. But I want to wish my son luck down there today, and I pray that he does well and he's not too nervous. And then that's where we go. And then I hope my team's successful today at 5:30. So that's all I got. Everybody have yourself a great rest of the weekend, which is not very much of it. It's Sunday afternoon. And I'll try to make another video or two before we go to Florida, and I'll let you know what's going on. So maybe I'll show you my scar next video. Ooh. So that's all I got. Have a great day. Bye.